Hey guys, welcome back to Fourth Wall Reactions. Today is the day that I have to bid farewell to Black Sails. And it is sad. It's a sad day. Although I do have to say I'm really excited to see the end of it. So. But before I get started, I really just wanted to take a quick moment and say thank you to everyone who voted for this in the poll last year. It was a show I was always like, well, I'll get to it eventually. I don't know when I'll see it. Was always interested in it. But I mean, honestly, I might not have gotten to it for years and years just on my own. But it has been so much fun watching it this way. I'm so glad that I watched this with you guys. Thank you for watching and commenting and liking and subscribing and all that good stuff. And a huge shout out to patrons who supported the show over on Patreon. You all rock. I imagine that I will do, other than, just regular commentary after an episode, I imagine that I will do some sort of series, well, maybe first a season and then a whole series type of review. It may or may not be attached to this video as of this recording. I just don't know. I know that this is a long episode to finish off the series, so timing wise, I don't know how that's all going to come together, but there will be that. Also, since after this episode, I will be completely spoiler proof, yay, feel free to post any sort of, featurette or extras or bloopers, interviews, any behind the scenes thing that is fun and entertaining, because I love all that stuff. And throughout the seasons, I've been dying to look stuff like that up, and I haven't. Been really good. Like, I know it may spoil me. Even a featurette about season 1, the comments in it may spoil me. So I've been really conscious of that stuff, and I've been pretty good about it. So I think I looked up a couple of the actors on IMDb just to try and identify if I'd seen them before. But I was very careful to not read any comments or look at any photos, lest I be spoiled. So I've been really good. And at this point, I'm just stalling. So last we saw, the walrus had basically imploded. Poor ship. And one of the final shots was of Flint, Silver, and Israel standing on the bank. I know I talked a lot about it after the last episode, but seeing the three of them standing there, it really made me think of how in the separate scenes where Silver was talking with Israel Hands and then Flint was carrying the chest and they were having their discussion with the guy that he eventually had to shoot to save John Silver. It really struck me how Flint had been saying to that guy, he'll be fine. That his man had been saying, how can you expect that he would come back into the fold after this? And Flint really had a lot of faith. He said, once Maddie is safe, he'll be fine. He'll understand eventually. And he just had, either he was trying to convince himself of it, or he just had blind faith in, not blind faith, but a lot of faith in and trust in Silver. And then you had that contrast switching back, where Silver was like, he's taken this from me and he's done this to me and manipulated me. And I was like, the trust has been shattered. So on one hand, you have Flint, who is just steadfast, and Silver, who's all of a sudden bonding with it. This whole Israel thing, it's sort of odd to see Silver relying so much on him and playing so much into the stuff that Israel is saying, just because those two have not had the history that Flint has had, that he shared with Flint. And the history that they did have, he was captured and held for ransom by Israel, and then Israel came around and sees him as a leader. That's pretty much it. They don't really have that kind of bond that Flint and Silver have. So it's a little galling to see Silver listen so much to him, even though I know he appears to be right a lot of the time. Damn it. Just wanted to get that off my chest before we start. Obviously, I'm stalling. I have to do this. Let's check it out.
This man found it profitable to offer his services to wealthy families, with a need to make troublesome family members disappear.
What families? Flint doesn't
That's coming back. That's coming back in the last episode. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thomas is gonna be alive. The fact that they showed that again, I'm thinking, Thomas is alive, mother.
What's to be done with the unwanted ones?
I was expecting the theme song.
The men who do not fit, whom civilization must prune from the vine.
Thomas is gonna
Every
be
culture since earliest
back.
antiquity has survived this way.
I come from NASA. I come on behalf of Long John Silver. Have you heard of him?
Yes, of course.
Good. Is the prisoner we are looking for here? Or isn't he?
Silver did some follow-up work. That's interesting that Silver actually sent someone to follow up on that tidbit. I mean, he knew how huge a deal, seismic, this would be. I'm gonna cry if Thomas Hamilton is still alive, y'all. Actually tearing up right now.
One of the others, my lord.
He doesn't care.
There are no others.
Look at you. Oh yeah, he's taking that shot. Is it Rackham? Did he get there? Yep. Oh god. What you gonna do, Jack?
He has everything he came for.
Still is Maddie.
They told me you brought the cash to ransom for her life.
It's in the ground. Ashore. I'm the only one who knows where. We should speak. The three of us.
Oh god, I'm gonna miss Jack so much.
I just want my money back.
Yeah.
If it takes rescuing the girl to get Flint to dig it up, then Augustus, you and I in the rescuing business today. Get us after that ship.
I think Jack, he can kill Woodes Rogers, get his gold back, and then kill Flint. He can have everything. That's what I think he thinks.
I intend to assume command here. Is that, sir? We'll need to take her without the use of our great guns. It will be technically beyond your capacities. Without the guns? Why would you? It will put Marty's life at greater risk. Securing her alive is all that matters today. Return her. You people.
Says the person who's betraying these people. You?
Please, no. I knew it would be difficult to separate them. Flint and Silver. When what I wanted was to remove Flint. And I saw no other way. I will ensure that at the end of it all, when they walk through this final door, there is defeat awaiting them.
You think killing me means defeat for them? You will have given them a martyr to unite them.
Why don't you tell me what the fuck you're actually doing here? You presented a plan to the Guthrie family to bolster piracy in Nassau. With Max at your side.
We could suffer under the weight of our respective questions. Would you like to start trading answers?
Ooh, I'm finally getting what I want. Ooh. Cycle.
Brace for impact!
Oh, it's literally ramming them. Holy Oh god. Oh god. Yes! Oh. No, 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 no. Oh! I'm gonna cut right through the sail. Oh god. Bye bye.
What are you doing down here? Lisa. I'm just the cook. You had a prisoner here. Is she still alive?
If Billy actually killed her, I think I've been spoiled on it, but I don't know. Come on. Please be alive. No, 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 no. Oh, yeah. Woo! See what he did for you. Is he really not gonna kill him?
Don't worry. No one's going under the ship today. The thought had crossed my mind. Yeah, I'm quite certain I can do better than that.
I'd like to stay, actually. To help see the chest secured properly.
Because it's his gold. Did Jack and Silver have their little chat? Are they in on something together? He feels something not quite right.
I won't take another step towards that chest until I know for certain that I'm wrong about what I suspect is happening here. I don't know what you're talking about. Please don't do that.
Oh, Silver.
And then what? Your war. Her war. As long as you and she stand for it. As long as the treasure powers it. Nothing can stop it from beginning now. Nothing but you. Why would you want to do that? This is what it would be. Time after time after time. How many casualties can be tolerated for the cause? How much loss? That isn't a war. That is a fucking nightmare. I know it's over.
Oh, God.
They paint the world full of shadows and then tell their children to stay close to the light. Because in the darkness, there be dragons. But it isn't true. In the dark, there is discovery. There is possibility. There is freedom. In the dark, once someone has illuminated it, and who has been so close to doing it as we are right now? This isn't about England. When I thought Marty was gone, I saw, for the first time, I saw the world through your eyes. A world in which there is nothing left to lose. It was rage. And I just wanted to see the world burn. I see a life for myself with her. And I will not live it wondering if tomorrow is the day your nightmare finally takes her away for good.
I don't think that's what she wants.
So what next then? I've made arrangements to ensure that when we leave here, it is with compromises in place that will diffuse any threat of widespread rebellion. All this will be for nothing. Defined by their histories, distorted to fit into their narrative. Until all that is left of us are the monsters in the stories they tell their children. I don't care. Someday you will. Even if you can persuade her to keep you. She'll no longer be enough. And the comfort will grow stale. casting about in the dark for some proof that you mattered, and finding none, you'll know that you gave it away in this moment. Left it in the ground, along with that chest. This is not what I wanted, but I will stand here with you for an hour, a day, a year, while you find a way to accept this outcome, so that we might leave here together. Or if not, then I must end this another way.
Hello?